Hey everybody, it's Ed. So it has been brought to my attention and I wanted to address this. So the purpose of this video is we are talking about my mother's concert tapes that my mom recorded way back in the day, 1972, 1974, 75, 76, 77, of concerts that when she went to go and see Elvis, she would bring in a recorder and she recorded more than a handful of concerts. And through the last few years, I had been making announcements of taking these tapes and having them digitized. And I did, at a time, have some of the concerts up on YouTube, all right? But have since had to take some of them, if not all of them, down due to issues with different copyrights and other things that I just didn't want to be hassled with. And therefore, they are, no longer on YouTube. Now, with that being said, there were a few concerts that have never been heard or released unless you were actually at those concerts. One of them being my very first concert, which was seeing Elvis July 16th, 1975 in New Haven, Connecticut. And my mom recorded that concert, and I did have that up for a while on YouTube. But again, had to take it down due to copyright issues. Now, there were a couple of other concerts that my mom recorded back in 1972 that have never been released in any way, shape, or form. So the only way that they had been heard is if you were actually at those concerts. And these specific shows are August 28th, 1972, the dinner show, and August 29th, 1972, the midnight show, or the later show. So my mom was there and with my father, and she did record those two shows, and they have never, like I said, ever been released. Now, fast forward to now, the concerts have been digitized and put on CDs, and I've been in touch with somebody through the elviscollectors.com message board / website. And yesterday, Kurt, thank you, Kurt, actually brought it to my attention of this particular link. Now, I do happen to have a username and do sometimes, but unfortunately rarely, log in to go on the message board. I don't usually fudge with or go on message boards, or any other social media. YouTube is really my only social media outlet. So I did become aware, of course, of this message board some years ago when I came across that they had pictures of my father with Elvis and all that stuff. So, but only recently, within the past year or so, did I actually log in and create a username. So I have, commented on certain things. And one thing I did notice, and it makes me, happy, is that anything that I have read about my channel or me on these message boards have usually been very, very positive. And it was very nice to see that. So, for those of you who do go on here and comment and say nice things about the channel and everything else and promote me, I appreciate that. And I thank you for that. But all right, so let's get to what I'm talking about. So those two concerts. Now, I've been in touch with somebody who's on here who's an avid CD collector, a bootleg collector of Elvis concerts. And he reached out to me and, asked me if he can get copies of these shows. And I said, you know what? Yeah. I was like, because I want people to be able to get these. And if he was able to somehow put them on a website somewhere and people could, get to them and have access and download, I was like, yes. So I sent him the copies. He got them. I got an email from him on March 1st. And he's like, hey, do you mind if I share these? And I'm like, no, absolutely. Please spread the wealth. That's pretty much why I sent them to you, because I knew you wanted them for your collection, and I was hoping you would be able to get them out there for people to enjoy. So now, Fast forward to yesterday, which was, what was yesterday? Yesterday was the 11th, March 11th. This was, I think March 5th was the last time I corresponded. So then yesterday this gets pointed out to me. And I'm just going to, now this is on my cracked screen, so I apologize for the bad picture. But look at that cover. I'm going to read this to you. What it says is, it's Off the Record, I guess is the label, and it's live in Las Vegas, August 28th, dinner show, 1972. Suspect. Or as the kids say these days, sus. And then the second one, live August 29th, and then it just said midnight show. Would you look at that? Now, this is, of course, overseas. I'm not exactly sure where these are printed, but I'm going to read this to you. I'm going to read how they promote this. Off the Record with the Greatest, Volume 1 and 2. 2 new CDs with unknown, never circulated shows. I wish they could have at least labeled them the Angela tapes. They could have at least respected that and done that. But, okay, whatever. 2 fully unknown Las Vegas shows now for the first time available. Elvis is bringing the house down. Audience singing along and fans go crazy. And best of all, it's never been available in any form until now. We will kick off these 2 unreleased shows simultaneously. It's the start of a series with rare, exceptional, and unreleased recordings, and it is housed in a mini gatefold LP format CD inner sleeve to distinguish our releases from others with once a while something extra. That makes no sense. This will be our house style, so you'll have the real one. We cannot release it under our regular label since people might expect the same kind of audio sound, which would give a false impression. But we assure you these releases will have the same attention as we normally do. That's why we started with the brand new elevated Stage Sound Records label, so anyone can recognize it instantly by its name. And our adopted house style, the mini gatefold LP CDs, we focus on 2-mic ambience, booth and audience recorded concerts or shows. The selection criteria for us are never released before, totally unknown, or very good sound. Ideally would be all 3 combined into one release. We have to able to enjoy the recording, otherwise it has no use releasing it. I'm reading it as it's written, people. Forgive me. Our goal is offering high quality value for money releases at affordable prices. Well, now we introduced ourselves. Let's get on with the 2 shows. Holy cow. All right. We hope it brings you joy that we bring new material and not neglecting rare and beautiful audience recordings. These often capture the essence of an Elvis show better than a soundboard or multi-track and might surprise you with crazy and funny facts and impressive performances and more banter. The title for these 2 CDs are literally taken from an advertisement from the 70s by RCA Magnetic Tape, and somehow that this suits Elvis in a cheeky way. At Better Sound Studio, they restored the audio. The recording itself was damaged, although a good bass. The rarity and the high quality of the performances made us proceed to achieve a good result. For the purists, we did not remove all noise since it would also remove music details and loses dynamic of the performance. And overall, we tried to get the audio balanced, cleaning up where possible. In some cases, it was impossible without degrading the audio, so we left it as is. We raised the spoken parts to hear Elvis talking, which was challenging at some parts. His banter is fun at times. It makes the whole show even better. We consider this a better quality audience recording despite the limitations of the source tape. First of all, it wasn't a source tape that they had. They had a digital copy of it. But anyway, both CDs are presented in a beautiful mini gatefold LP CD package with inner sleeve and an inside poster wrapped in classic Vegas promotion style of 1972. No liner notes since the performances and songs speak for themselves. We hope you will enjoy it as much as we do. Right, and then it tells us what the song listing is, which, of course, I already know because they were my mother's recordings. So there you go. So, yes, 2 unreleased shows that my mom recorded are now going to be bootlegged and released and charged. So, like I said, I was really hoping that they were just going to be shared. don't really know. Listen, man, I'm not tech savvy, so those of you who are gonna keyboard away and say, hey man, all you need to do is blah, 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 blah. Well, no, you know what? It's too much for me. It's too much. And so let me think this through, and let me figure out how I might be able to just maybe make copies and get them out to people who would be interested in just having CDRs, if I can do that. But the problem is, again, I don't have the capability to do that. I would have to have a friend of mine do it, or go out and have somebody do it for me, which I would have to pay for, which then I would have to then pass on to you. So with that being said, let me know if you are interested in these concerts, if you'd be interested in CDR copies, and if you'd be willing to to pay to have them made and shipped to you. So I'm thinking it would probably be, for the two of them, between $10 to $15, maybe. I don't know. Again, that's just to have them copied and shipped to you. So if that's something you'd be willing to do, leave me a comment and let me know. All right? Because, again, I'm kind of bummed out that these are being bootlegged in the way that they are, and that they're charging for them. I don't know. All right. From what I understand, I think they're 30 euros. I'm not sure. But, okay, again, and just so you know, I'm not making squat off of this. I had nothing to do with this. All I did was send them out to a collector. Like I said, that I thought was just going to share them, not. But again, I'm not blaming this person for doing the bootlegging. So, but I'm also not mentioning that person's name on purpose, because again, I don't want any ill will, pushed towards this particular person, because I don't feel that it was them. I think they because again, they asked me, hey, can I put this out there and share? And I was like, yes, please do. So, it got out there and somebody else did it. I don't think that the person that I sent it to did this. So I want to make that perfectly clear. All right. And, yeah. So, all right, let's see how this goes. Scylla, what do you think? Yeah, I know she has nothing to say on this one. I think she's just trying to sleep it off, and oh man, I'm so bummed about this. All right. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. Again, these concerts, 1972, August 28th, which was the dinner show, and then August 29th, the midnight show. Stretching it out, girl. All right. Yeah, I don't even know what to think. Again, I'm just babbling at this point. I'm going to end this. And actually later today, hopefully my dad's going to come over and going to make another video. So dad's going to talk about being at Madison Square Garden and seeing Elvis 4 times there, waiting in line, tickets, maybe the organization of the fan club. We're going to talk about a lot of things. So look forward to that. All right. And again, I'm going to babble and say it. If you would like, leave a comment. Let me know if you are interested in these concerts for much cheaper than what the bootleggers are going to be asking for. And I'll see what I can do. All right? Leave me comments. Appreciate you watching. Good to yourselves. Good to each other. Take care, everybody.